Hello and welcome. I'm Peggy, and I hope you'll stay tuned for the next half hour. We're going to talk about education, and we're going to talk about charter schools and how they differ and what they mean and what are the advantages for children and families. And we live in a complicated world, and children have to be put in a position to learn and to have enrichment and education if they're going to function in this complicated world that they're going to face. And I'm very pleased to have some people here with me who are very much involved in trying to help children and families, right? And so I'm delighted. We're going to talk about school choice and what it involves, and perhaps you out there are a parent or a grandparent, or you're responsible for some children and you want to know more. And that's what we're going to try to give you. And we will have a website and a phone number to put up for you. So talking about school choice. And Erin Kraft is here with me. She is a team leader and parent.
Yes.
And then Kelly Giles is a family support parent. And then Madison Giles is a student, and she is a junior in high school. Welcome, all of you.
Thank you.
And so you've made a commitment, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Tell me about the charter school that, Erin, that you, as a parent and a team leader, what it involves.
The charter school, as a parent, it involves me with my fourth grader. He is in his first year with the virtual school with CASC, and he's doing really well. So this is the first year where he has had really excellent growth that's measured with testing that they do throughout the year. So in the public school, he had good scores, but they didn't seem to go up over time. So now his scores are actually going up, I think as a benefit to the individualized instruction that he's getting with the virtual program at CASC.
Well, what I hear from you is that because your child is in the school he's in,
Yes.
or in the situation that he's in, he's getting more individual help or more individual attention than he
Right.
got before.
That's correct. That's coming.
Now, do the charter schools try to have smaller classes, or?
In some cases, I think that the biggest advantage for Elijah is that he is able to work at his own pace. So he doesn't have to wait while the rest of the class gets caught up to where he is. He can work ahead, or he can maintain the pace with the pacing guide that comes out for his grade. He has that flexibility.
So that gives the student more freedom. If they're really excited about the subject, they can move on beyond. They're not held back by 20 other kids. They
Right.
can, or if they're struggling with something, they have a chance to have a little more individual help. Am I reading you right?
Absolutely right. That's exactly right, Peggy. He does get the opportunity to get that additional help with one-on-one sessions or small group sessions with his teacher, with the face-to-face learning lab that's across the state, and also with that individualized instruction from his learning coach, which is me and my husband. So that's available to the students as well.
So the charter schools are public schools, are they not? And that's confusing to a lot of people. They think it's, you don't pay to go to a charter school. Clear this all up for me too, okay? They're not like you go to a private school and you pay a tuition, or do you?
No, they're not the same as private schools. They are public charter schools, which ours is a virtual public charter school. I have 2 students as well that are with Cyber Academy, and they thrive in the environment that they're in now, unlike before when they were in a brick and mortar school. One of them did very well, and the other one was struggling in different areas. And for them together, they come back to this, brought it to me one day, and I investigated and did some studying, and this has been where they've thrived the most.
Now, as a parent of a charter school student, what are your requirements? I mean, they don't have school buses, do they? I mean, you're
They
responsible
do not.
for.
Ours is completely online. They work from home,
Oh, they
which
do.
we do the blended learning program. So I do provide transportation to the learning labs 4 days a week, and they have on-site tutoring there. But that is also the same availability that they have from sitting at home in front of their computer if they're
Okay,
not
so
able to
a
do
charter
so.
school student, they have options. They can study
They do
at
have
home.
options, yes, ma'am.
And then there are advantages that they can go with your child certain days a week for certain classes.
Right, they can.
And
Our
then there are
system is
charter
open.
schools where they're a regular building where
There
young
are
people
charter
go.
schools.
So there's various ways that you can approach this. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So what do you find is the advantage for your family and your child?
For both of my students, the advantages, I do have one in brick and mortar also, but I have two in virtual, which is a better setting for them as at their age level. They can work ahead. My 9th grader, she's in beta club. She thrives and able to do things at her own pace. She learns very well and very quickly, and she can dig in deeper into subjects in multiple areas where she is more interested in to advance in her learning, and where she wants to go off to college and stuff. She can work in each area individually and has the support of certified teachers when she needs them to help her in any area that she's struggling in. She doesn't have to move ahead. She has the option to stay behind and learn more in that area if she is struggling in any area.
Now, are they the students that attend a charter school, whether they work at home or whether they go to a physical place, do these students are required to have this? They have to pass the test and take the same subject matter, don't they, as other students?
We still
In other
have
words,
state standardized testing.
you don't escape anything by having a charter.
No, it's a lot of work.
It is. Sometimes I believe it could be. In some cases, it could seem like more. They do a lot of work. My students study consistently, but they have that availability. They have options to where they have more free time too, because there's no interruptions. There's little distractions.
Yeah. So they can go at their own pace.
They do.
And if they can excel, then they can cover more ground and take extra courses. And am I reading this right?
Right, but they still have to school 180 days, just like brick and mortar school students. They still have we still hold up to the same standards as any public brick and mortar school.
Okay. Now you use the word brick and mortar schools, and you're talking about other public schools.
Right, because we are not a physical setting. We are a virtual online school to where the learning coaches are responsible for their students' education with the help of certified teachers.
But there are also charter schools that are in a physical building in a location.
Yes.
Right. Yeah, so you have both.
Yes, there is multiple options with the school choice.
And you don't pay to go to a charter school, do you, like you do to a private school?
They do not pay for our virtual public charter school, no ma'am.
No,
they
are free.
It is.
But it requires a commitment, not only on the part of the parent, on the student, but also on the parents or the family or the caregiver, right?
It helps that the students are motivated and that they do have the support of an adult or a learning coach to help them with their studies and knowing how to advance in their areas of learning.
It's a
lot of
big order.
dedication.
It's a commitment. But any
worth it.
any school, if you take it seriously, is a commitment. It should be.
That's absolutely true.
And how did you get involved in this?
I was actually hired on to work as compliance for the school, which is monitoring attendance, and became more familiar with it and really grew to love the family support that we offer to the parents and to the students, which was reaching out, making frequent contact. If the student is struggling in any kind of subject, the teachers can refer them to us for that additional support. And it really just wraps around that additional level of support and information that the student is receiving from us.
And a student can go at their own pace. You, as a junior in high school, if you're really excited about a subject and you're doing well, you can go on and go beyond what the other class would be doing. Or if you're lagging behind, you can go a little slower and am I right?
You're right.
Do you find this helpful as a student?
I go ahead most of the time. I have started to
Good
go
for you.
ahead so that I can finish early, and if I want to take extra classes, that I can.
Okay, and you are a junior.
Yes.
And what are your plans? Have you
Well,
firmed up what you want to do?
I don't know exactly what I want to do, but I know where I want to go, and sort of I'm trying to figure things out.
So you're planning to go on to college?
Yes.
And you've all got it all picked out?
Yes.
Good for you. That's wonderful. Yeah. So other people will say, well, they don't have the advantage of a class and they don't have the advantage of all the sporting activities and all that. But what do you say to people?
It's not true, because any student that's in a charter school can still participate in sports in their home district wherever they would have been assigned to go to school. So they can still participate in band or football, whatever sport or extracurricular activity that they would want to do. They still have that option. So there is opportunity for socialization that way, and also through our face-to-face, we have outings several times throughout the year where we get together as a group. The students get together for fun things like bowling, park days, museum days, things that let them really interact with each other outside of the school setting.
Okay, but who plans all of that? That takes a lot of work to get all of that together, because these people are all spread out. They're not like in a one building.
Right. Well, we get support from K-12 and also from our engagement coordinator, whose role is to coordinate that socialization for the students. So we have support from our teachers, so they're all involved in it, and we try to make the locations as close to all of our students as we can. We're actually going to have prom this year for the first time.
Oh my! Oh, that is exciting.
I know. They're very excited about that.
Okay.
But really, it's a way to make sure that the students. It's not a one size fits all, and it's a way to make sure that they have the opportunities to let them be educated as best they can.
Okay, we're going to go to a break, and when we come back, and we have a phone number and all that for you. So stay with us.